Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I made a video for you guys this morning. Thank you so much for participating, hitting the like button. We want to change the space. That's the main goal. If you want to see some real-time information, some stuff that can actually help you, no hindsight is stopping us out. I can assure you of that. If you want to help me get this done, definitely support all videos, even this one. Even if you've already learned the material, try to support the space. That's what we're trying to grow on YouTube. We want to get a space that's giving you real-time information that's useful, and then of course it's applicable across all markets. That's important, in all time frames as well. So if you're new to the channel, I got a lot of information here for you. You can comb through all of this content. Again, it's all universal information and in real time. That's the main thing. So we've been covering the universal threshold because everybody's interested in a daily bias. All right, so I'm trying to make sure that you're able to see that in real time. And I'm going to make sure that you're able to reference this information moving forward. So we're going to take a look at the chart again this afternoon based on what I told you this morning. It's what's likely. Okay. And so we're going to take another look at that. The universal price action trend. Again, this is something that will show up every day, every day. And it's telling you that it's possible. And that's the main thing. The market is telling you it, not me, but the market itself. And we want to go for what's suggested at the time. And that's all it is. And that price action method, again, a universal approach. It's not what you think it is. It's very simple. So if you're new, it's not, of course, a lot of steps to it. I'll touch on it. It's not a lot of steps. I want you to just look for one thing in order to see this price action method show up. I know everyone is chasing fair value gaps right now, and this shows up long before that takes place, and you'll be able to see it in real time. All right. So I've been trading for many, many years. All right. So universal chart scale, I actually have this information for you below this video here, and it'll be below this one. So you can click on the link and get the universal chart scale. There's an image that I want you to have so you can start looking at your bezel. I want you to look at your whole chart and know that it can turn in front of you without looking left. You don't have to use hindsight in order to know the chances of the market actually turning. So below this video here, as well as the one that you're watching now, you'll find the link and you can go ahead and take in that information. But let's dive into it because I want you to see the chart based on what had happened earlier. All right, so this is the information that we covered this morning. This is that zone that I spoke of. Go back into the prior video, of course, to learn of what I actually said about this zone as well as this one. But we were right here, okay? And that was at roughly about 10:19 this morning. I shot the video and I told you that price may not close above that 355 today. I said that, and that's the 18,355. I did tell you that. They managed to get up here, and I believe the high so far is that 266 and a quarter. And then they took that dive and fell right into that zone and start playing the backside. Now, this zone was dynamic. All right, that zone was dynamic. And of course, we put that just below us. And I did tell you if they wanted to go down, they were coming down here to that 55, that 55 there. So that daily and that hourly, I'm gonna pull it in screen so you can take a look. Again, Jimmy, this is for you as well. I want to make sure that you're able to see this information because it was your inquiry that had me saying that I needed to do this, so that way you can see it for yourself. There's that universal threshold. Let me open this up a bit. There's that universal threshold. Clearly, they came back below the top portion. Now, that blue line is the mid of the bar. I know a lot of people are doing this mid based on premium discount, that stuff. That's not it. It's a little bit more dynamic than that. So this price level up here is important. And of course, as they travel through here, it's a very, very high chance that they're headed to this side. Okay. I showed you a chart in this morning's video where it's not likely that they close inside this area right here. But should they do, because occasionally they do, you're going to be dealing with some unfavorable circumstances for about 2 or 3 bars. I'll just say it that way. So they came back beneath this threshold. And again, this is fluid, and that's down here in this market analyzer. It's down here, and this is provided with the indicator suite. So you get the market analyzer with the suite should you want to proceed with that information. For those who already purchased it, you should have it. And if you don't, just let me know. But check your email because I sent over a lot of information to you. Please check your email. But this is today's information. This is yesterday's information. All right. So this is yesterday's pivot range high, pivot range low, which is here. That's that zone here. We may end up there tomorrow, depending on how they close today. So you can know with a high degree of accuracy, if you will, what's likely going into your day. Okay, where is it that you're really bullish or bearish, and also what's likely given what you may have done the day before. And so today's activity, this pivot range high and pivot range low here, will show up over here tomorrow. Now, based on the time that I'm shooting this video, clearly it's 2:46. All right, it's 2:46. Here's your clock right here. This is a fluid situation, so it may move, but they never made it. And I told you, I doubt that they can close above that 355, which was right here. Okay, somewhere right here, right there, give or take, right in this area right here. I told you that I doubt that they can get up there and close above that. Has nothing to do with this bar really, but I want to make sure that you understand it's really, really simple how they're trading. This morning they were trading in a manner that just wasn't favorable for them to get up there. Just wasn't favorable, and I wanted to make sure that that was stated in that video. Here you go. They're back beneath here. So tomorrow, should they close negative, I don't know if they can move this range down lower depending on how far they may want to travel. I do suspect if they did pick up speed, I don't think they can get all of that done within the next 2 hours. But if they wanted to, they would try to land down here in this information here, which is that 119. That 119, that's down here, 119.75. Let's go that way. But if not, tomorrow they may get stuck right between this information here and this information here, and just kind of, just kind of do a back and forth, if you will. I know they did that this morning on that hourly. Okay, they did that this morning on that hourly. We were talking about that information there. They had gave us that. They gave us, of course, this wick right at right before 10 o'clock, before they finished the bar at 10. They came off the high of this bar. This one gave a very nasty wick at first. Okay, it went down, came back up, gave nasty wick, and then filled the bar. That's this activity here. Matter of fact, let me lock this just for a moment so you'll know. All of the daily bias information I'm trying to unveil to you right now. That's why I'm back here, to try to unveil this information to you. They had created a very nasty wick on that hourly before it became a very large bar. This bar right here had a nasty wick on it, and that was that dive right back into this zone. Reading the fluidity of the market is important. Knowing what's important to these guys at what time. And that's the other part of reading that hourly or that daily. It's the when to it all. And so here, we're coming up on 10 more minutes. This may be one of those bars without opacity. All right, now if you want to know what that is, go back in the video from earlier this morning and you'll know what I'm talking about, because I showed a chart where you had a lot of red and green bars, but there were quite a few that didn't have any kind of opacity in it. And that was the bars that closed inside of this threshold, inside of the threshold. And that creates a base or a reversal. Yeah, in most cases, it's coming. So, or you're going to get 3 to 4 bars where they get ready to just kind of put wicks on both sides and give you a hard time. And that's all it is. So there's that threshold here on this hourly bar here. They reached up a bit. And again, they got a threshold here that they had dove into with this blue bar here this morning. And that was with this big bar here that came down. This still is the no close bar. Okay, that's the no close bar. You don't want them closing under this bar. There's that hard stop. Can they just turn right back around and go back up? I hope they do. I hope they do just that. I really do. So, they can go ahead and get up there and get that target level, which is this 18,550. Want to see if we can get them up there. Again, you can download the chart scale with the link below. The static levels, again, you can use the constant line indicator. If you don't know what they are, go back in the prior video. But you can get those static levels onto your chart if you're a NinjaTrader user with the constant line indicator. All you would have to do is type in the information. All right, so they managed to come back down. I told you I did not think that they would close above that 355 today. I told you that. They only moved up to the 18,266 and a quarter. And of course, like I said, this morning, we read this real-time information right within this bar right here. We read this one, that the 30 minutes that was in that was left. And then we read a portion of this one as well. All right, so now let's take a look at what they're doing currently. I'm going to just leave this in screen. We're going to look at some of what they're doing currently. I'll just slide this over. And I'm going to give you just a few more minutes of this information. I know this morning my 1 second chart wasn't refreshing as it should, okay, because I had a lot of other charts open, of course. And so there was a slight issue with my pressure. All right, it was a slight issue there. I'm gonna take and refresh it. Just okay, there we go. It's never mind. It's doing it. I know in the video earlier it wasn't catching both sides. It wasn't catching both sides, and so but now it is. All right, now again, if you're new, there's just a little bit of timing information here. That's all this is. It's new, maybe to you, but to those that have been watching the videos, you already know. I just added a new pressure, and that was on this chart right here. And I actually have the no touch scenario pressure being plotted right in the center. But the 4 that's on the outer perimeter of this chart is the same one. It is, and so that one that's up here on this 1 minute is actually the one that's down here as well. All right, so they're one and the same. This one here, again, is trying to make sure that you're able to see that they're still active, even though you're not seeing the red and green bars. Even though you're not seeing the red and green bars, it's still letting you know that there's some aggression going on. Again, reading some underlining activity there. So really simple stuff. The pressures that's here, if you're new, the pressures that's here, this is a 1 minute chart. This is a 15-second chart. And of course, each one of these are calculating something completely different, as well as the 3 arrows. I do have 2 of the arrows here plotted right next to the bar. So you don't have to always look over here. I didn't want to make all 3. So I just got 2 of them over here, plotted right next to the bar, should you want to read it. You can put them on your daily chart, your hourly chart, whatever chart you prefer. You can put them up there. Interval-based charts, I have to say the interval-based charts you want to use these on. I do have range chart indicators in my indicator list, so I do have some indicators for that range chart. I do, but these arrows and pressure is made for the interval charts. I wanted to say that to you right now. All right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at how they may close this bar. They got 7 more minutes on this hourly bar. Let's see if they can close it. Again, we have this threshold from this blue bar. All right, now I kind of went over the indicators from this morning. There's that seven bars up to the upside. But if you want to know what the daily indicators look like, that's what they look like. You're already familiar with the NC. That's that no close bar. But there's an NT here. And then, of course, you got an A, which is aggression in the chart, that can show up right before the turn. Okay, I showed you this morning they can show up to get a move going, but then they can come in right before a turn. Got this push coming down. Then they came in here on the bottom with that A, came in right here. They flipped, and then of course you had, let's see, where is that other one? You had this A up here, and then of course they rolled over. But we're coming back with another here, and that's igniting the next push. So that's the indicator there on the daily chart if you're wanting to know what the NC and the NT is all about. The NC is the no touch, no close, and I'm going to explain that to you in just a moment. The same information is on this chart as well. Same information, same exact information. You had the aggression here. They kind of leaned back into it, pushed up, but they couldn't hold it, kind of broke down. You had them getting aggressive right into this low. They pushed up, okay? You had aggression coming into this push here. Then they pushed back up, kind of meandered their way, got really aggressive here, and then stalled out. All right, so the same thing that's going on that daily chart is right there on that hourly chart as well. I do have the aggression text for this 1 second. I just didn't put it up there. I just didn't. Okay, so now let's see if we can get that scenario to show up, that no touch scenario, the thing that has the NC on it. I don't have that on this chart. I'm going to blow these candles up too so you can actually see them. Let's see if it'll give it to us on the upside. Let's see if they'll give it to us on the upside. I'm just kind of bring this down here so we can talk about that. Let's see if it'll do it. It's in a downtrend. Let me see if it's an uptrend available. No, that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They only have 5 so far. Can they make 6? Let's kind of count this out really quickly here. Can they make 7? Let's see. Can they make 7? Can they give us 1 more? That'll be 6. And let's see what they do from there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's 5. So we only have 5. Yeah, we only have 5, so they can go back down. All right, so let's see how they want to play this. We didn't get the no touch scenario going on up here because this center one it's big. It's going to light up when that scenario show up. And the scenario is, can we get the blue line? Matter of fact, I'll just point to it when it happens. I was going to use the box because it don't happen often. Now this here, again, this is the newest indicator that I made. And again, if you bought the suite, be sure to check your email because that's the update. And I want to make sure that you can click that link and get that update, as well as the new files. The templates, I'm sorry, the new templates that I have for you, which is this 1 second to 15 seconds. And there's a 1 minute I threw in there for you as well. But that's that new indicator. And it's down here on this 1 second as well. Again, in the prior video this morning, my 1 second wasn't refreshing to catch both sides with the pressure. It was doing it, of course, with the bars. But again, this is calculating something completely different. And so this will come on even though you're not seeing the green and the red bars coming in. I want to make sure that you understand they're not giving it to me. Let's see if they'll give it here, and then you'll see the pressure in the center show up. That's the no touch, no close pressure. You'll see it show up right in that center. Should they be able to get that blue line, is this blue line above the high of the bar. That's all we're looking for the no touch, no close universal pattern. So if you're new, there we go. So that's saying that that's there. So a hard stop should show up here. All right. That blue line is getting above the high of the bar, which is the mid of this bar. Can it remain there for the next 26 seconds? That's important. If it can do that, you will see a level pop up under that bar. Okay. A level will pop up under that bar. We got 16 more seconds left. Let's see if it can do it. A level will pop up here. This will be a no close bar. You don't want them. This is another thing. You don't want that live bar coming back below that close. I have to say that to you. See, there's the level. Usually a NC would show up under here, but I don't have that text on here. I do have the indicator for it, but it's not plotted here. I just got the levels for you. That's a no close bar. That's a no close bar, but they close back beneath this close. So we're going to have to see what they want to do with that. Plus, there's not an uptrend as of yet. This is the wick zone. This is the no close bar. This is the wick zone. So we need to see a wick. You can look down into the 1 second. You can see the aggression coming in, but there's a break of a high. You want to see. Now, I told you in the video earlier, you'll want to see if you can get consecutive closes outside of these highs, as well as per bar. You don't need any kind of gap. You just need to see if they're willing to close outside of the highs or lows for that matter. And of course, even per bar. I want to make sure that I tell that to you. Per bar. Okay, so we had this bar right here. They closed above it once, but they didn't do it twice. Okay, they didn't do it twice. I got an indicator that plots when that happens. I want to make sure that you know that. I showed it in prior videos some time ago. But it's looking for that condition. All right. I have an indicator to do it for you so you don't have to do that kind of work. It's all about just trying to take the heavy lifting off of your shoulders. That's the main thing with the suite if you want it. All right. So here we go. This is the wick zone. You don't want them to break the back of the bar. You want the live bar. You want the live bar trading above the close. Right now, momentum is not on your side. It's just not. They're trying to pick. Well, never mind. They're trying to sell it too. They ran right into that selling right there and kind of rotated. I see them trying to pick it back up here on this 1 second. They're in the right location. That's the main thing I want to tell you about my indicators. I code them based on the information that's relative. I want them to respond when it's important. All of the bars in my 1 second chart is not important to me. It's where price is at that given moment, and are they willing to pick it up? That's what I'm looking for when I code indicators. Are they willing to pick it up at the right location? Really important that I say that to you. There's no oscillator. There's no support and resistance tool that this is calculating. It's important that when they get where they supposed to be, okay, that's the no close bar, that red bar, okay, when they get to where they supposed to be, which is this threshold, I want to make sure that you see the participation. That's something I really want to stress to you. We're going to be doing this at 9:30. We're going to be doing this at 9:30. There's that information right here. That's all that's available here. I want to tell you that this is a decision place. So they're offering you nothing but information. That's all they're giving you. You have to make sure that reiteration is there. So when you break a high of a bar, do it again. You break a low of a bar, do it again. See if they'll do it twice. It's really important that they reiterate. That's how you take in literature. That's how you read. That's how you learn. You have to see something being done twice. Do not let these guys fool you with that false break, that one close. Don't do that. We need a little bit more information than just that. Again, really important stuff, really important stuff. And I have you know that that's significant. They can do that and still turn around. So there's some other information that you would want to factor in when dealing with breaks. So even if they give you the two closes, I'm sure I can shrink this chart and find you that. They can give you two closes and still turn around and go the other way, which again, you got to know what's important and what is not. So when they break lows, right here, they broke a low. All right, so here we go. They broke this low, okay? They gave you the two closes. Boom, boom. But they turning around. So you, even with what I'm telling you about the consecutive, see if they can give it to you fairly quickly. That's important. I still have you know that even after doing so, they can still flip and reverse. So you have to make sure that you're clearly keen on what else is necessary in order to make for a good trade. You have to know what's there. Try to code my tools to tell you. That's all. Try to code the tools to tell you they're doing this right now. You need to be a part of it. And it's all about right now. You saw that rotation out of this zone, but they had, of course, some sellers come in right here. They pull right back into that information. I'm on this 1 second. They pull right back into that information right here with that little red bar. They pull right back into there and took right back off to the downside. They're trying to come in. I don't think this is going to hold, but they're trying to come in right in this area where they absorbed that selling. They're stopping cold right on that dead bar. Let me draw a little zone there so you'll know. They're stopping cold right on that little green bar. You can see the back of that wick dive right into this little green bar right here. And then, of course, feed right off that low, came back in for another retest, and then they pop back up. They're coming right into this this selling information right here. Let's see if they can stay up. Let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can do it. I want to see if they can do it. All right, so yeah, they're starting to get aggressive yet again. Let's see if they can stay above it. I know they pop right into this area right here. This zone is no longer relative because they blew through it. But this is that zone right here where they stopped those sellers right out of there. They got rid of them. They went right to the back of that bar, and then they picked it up, and now they're coming back. All right, so now again, it doesn't matter whether the bar is red or green. It has nothing to do with it. Has nothing to do with it. It's this information right here is important. Now, if you want to see them stay down, yeah, please come back below the bottom of this range. Real time, while the bar is moving, if you see them going above the lower threshold, they should, depends on how much time they can spend on that side. They should finish the bar green, but be careful because as they come back this way, if they come under that range high, again, they can begin to fall a bit lower under the range low. That's important as well. So it's all about timing. That's why I say I use my 1 second. I use, of course, the information from this 15 second, as well as that 1 minute, all to just get an idea of what it is that they're capable of doing within the time frame that's allotted. Oftentimes, they will not close inside the range. They won't. They'll close outside of it. So you got to be careful. That's all. You got to be careful. They came back below the upper threshold. Let's see if they're going to finish the bar this way. We got 10 seconds. 7, 5. They got to close on one side or the other. Oftentimes, I'll say oftentimes. They close right at it. There you go. All right, so let's see what they do with this. And again, I'm only going to give you a couple more minutes of this because I plan on catching 9:30 tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm going to try to go ahead and catch 9:30 for you tomorrow. Give you 15 minutes. That's the goal. Give you 15 minutes of volatility. That's what we're going to try to catch, the volatility with the tools. We want to see how fast the tools can pick up the information and give you this information in a reasonable time window. The hourly could not close. I want to say this, couldn't close outside that range. That's not exactly favorable, but again, that's happening at places where there's possibly a base or they're going to reverse. So that can go either way at this point. We didn't want them closing below the no close bar, and they did not do that. All right, so this bar right here is the no close bar. They did not close under it. They closed above that bar's low. So let me click on it to make sure that they didn't. That's 188. The close here, that's the C, is 194.25. So they did not close under there. Again, this is the blue outline bar. Very important. Very important. All right, now I'll show it to you on the daily. Blue outline bar here. Let me show you a couple of them here. They come in very, very important places. We have blue outline bars here. They dove into it. They picked it back up. Let's see if we got one a little further back that kind of drove this thing all the way up. Blue outline bar here. Blue outline bar here. Really important. You had one coming into this low, as you can tell. No sooner they blew past it, look at what we got. You had one here. You had one here, and they blew past it, came back into the area that absorbed it. Okay, came right back into that area and just worked their magic up here until they got this one. And then you can tell they fought it for as long as they could up at this high, but got that break. And then, of course, there's the push down. All right, so the blue outline bar is important. I just don't have it on this chart right here. All right, so now let's you got it on the hourly too. I'm pretty certain it's somewhere. Okay, yeah. So we got the blue outline bar here. They couldn't break it. Parabolic. They take off. All right. Let me see. Do I got any more days in here? Had one coming into this bottom. Had one coming to the bottom. They got past it. As you can tell, same thing on the daily. Had this one here, but they managed to tick one tick outside of it. This still is a no close bar. No close bar. And they managed to go ahead and get the drop. I don't have any more days up there. I don't have any more days. All right. So blue outline bar. Let's see. Can they get this next push to the upside? Let's see. Let's see. You want them to trade above the close. If this happens, you don't want them to come back into this bar more than 30 ticks. You just don't. In most cases, just depends on how volatile they are at the time. If they're below the close, if the live bar is trading below the close, the momentum is not on your side. Okay, it's not on your side. This is a no close bar. This here is a no close bar. They can come under this bar, but they should not hit that stop. You don't want them to hit that stop. So you don't never give these guys more than 2 bars. Please, I always say that. Don't give them more than 2 bars. You'll be surprised. There may be something going on that's not favorable if you stick around for more than 2 bars. I don't want to see it happen. Let's see what the response will be when they come into this area right here. They may get close and just turn back around. They may do that. I see them trying to pick it up right now. Okay, yeah, I thought I saw that flash. All right, so you had a little red popping up in here. So, yeah, they're coming back this way. Let's see if they'll pick it up. I'm not saying I see it coming in on the pressure, but we got to see if they'll step in. Yeah, they drove right into that. They're coming back out of it. That's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad. And get strong. I would like to see those green bars kick in. The pressure definitely said, hey, we're going to pick this up. Yeah, I get that. You're pulling right back into this red bar right here. I totally get that. I understand that totally. All right, so here we come again with the red. Let's see. Yeah, they did it again. Where is the green? Can they absorb this? Okay, there's the green. Come on, don't fight. Please don't fight. Let's see if they can get back out of this threat. There we go. Let's see. Come on, where the green bars at? Let's see, can they get back outside of this threshold? Oh, there you go. Here come the green bar. Let's see, can they hold it? Let's see, can they hold it? Run the high. Run the high. See if they can hold it. See if they can hold it. They're moving away from it. That's good. All right, so, yep, here come the run of the high. Come on, run the high. Run the high. They're getting up here. This is where they stopped them out before. They're trying to sell it. They're coming back into it. Let's see if they can go ahead and push right through this high. Yeah, they just leaned over back into it. Yeah, the pressure coming, all of it's lining up on this 1 second. I mean, this 1 minute. This is 1 minute. This is 1 minute, and that's the 15 second. All right, yeah, they're coming back in again, right? Don't fall. Okay, there we go. Come on back. Come back up. Come back up. They're trying to sell this high. It's a new high, so they can't fall back into it. Yeah, they're going to come back and test. That's a no close bar. All right, so that's my time with you. I didn't want to, of course, have you up here too much longer, but I did want to tell you the chart scale is available. You can look in the video. I'm sorry, in the link below the video, as well as the video from earlier. Just click the link below the video. I strongly suggest you go back, watch the video from this morning, because I did the fractal analysis, and which is just another of course, another way of looking at the threshold, given your daily bias. So if you want to know your daily bias, I tried to tell you this morning, using the 930, because it was at 930, tried to tell you this morning what was possible using your 930 bar, using your 930 in conjunction with the daily and where they was at and trading at that particular time, as well as that hourly. I strongly suggest you go back and take a look. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. I'll be back to give you some more volatility. I want to show you volatility with the tools for those that purchase them. I want to show you what you, of course, now have I want to show you that information. So I'll be back for 9:30. And of course, I'm going to catch you some news so that way you can see, of course, it works even at news. All right. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.